Welcome, everybody, on to week 8 of the NFL season. Let's waste no time diving right into my picks straight up and against the spread. Starting with Thursday Night Football, you got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, the Chargers come in here favored by 3.5 points. Listen, man, this Minnesota Vikings team, I don't know if I trust them. I don't know if I like them. Sometimes I root for them and they let me down. Sometimes I don't. And I can't get a good read. JJ McCarthy, is he really injured? Is he not? Carson Wentz, is he gonna throw 2 picks? Is he gonna have a good game? All of those vibes have me shifting my love away from the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going with the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, the Chargers also have been shaky as of late, including that last dud that they put up against the Indianapolis Colts at home was, that was not good. But I still think this Chargers team is just better than the Minnesota Vikings at this point. It might be by a slim margin, but I like the Chargers here. I like them laying 3.5, and I'm going to pick them to win this football game. It will be interesting, though, because they have had struggles with the offensive line in Los Angeles, and boy, does Brian Flores likes to freaking just blitz the hell out of guys. So keep an eye out on that, but I'm going with the Chargers. All right, on to the Sunday slate. You got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Carolina Panthers. Now, Carolina's at home. Listen, Carolina is a bit of a frisky freaking team, to be honest with you. I've been enjoying watching their games. Obviously, they're not really like this. They're not world beaters by any means, but they're kind of drifting in the right direction. And that's pretty damn good for a young football team. I will say this, though. They are a much better football team at home. Bryce Young has played better throughout his career at home. And this coach has this team playing way, way differently when they're at home. I get it. They're facing Buffalo, arguably one of the best teams in the NFL, Super Bowl contenders. I get it. Buffalo's also coming out of a bye week. But I have respect based on what I've seen over the last couple of weeks for Carolina to get the 7.5. I'm going to pick Buffalo to win, but I like the Carolina Panthers plus 7.5 here. Next, you got the New York Jets taking on the Bengals. Listen, the Jets have made a quarterback change. They're rolling with Tyrod Taylor. Aaron Glenn said, listen, Fields, you're out of here. Now, the Jets are a better football team, in my opinion, with Tyrod Taylor under center. I mean, you're going to have guys being able to finally freaking catch the ball where you weren't even sure of that with Justin Fields under center. So I expect Mason Taylor to have a big game. But then again, they're also without Garrett Wilson. Listen, I don't like the Jets in this spot at all. I like the Jets having Tyrod Taylor over Justin Fields, but I just think it's too much to ask for with the injuries to Garrett Wilson and just the overall vibes in this team. I need to see a win before I pick them. I'm rolling with the Bengals and Joe Flacco, who is coming off a big win against the Steelers. And boy, did Jamar Chase freaking kill it. So I'm going with the Bengals on this one, and I'm going to lay the 6.5. Next, the Chicago Bears taking on the Baltimore Ravens. All right, the Ravens are home here, minus 6.5 point favorites. You got Lamar Jackson coming back. They're feeling, as good as ever right now. This is a huge game for Baltimore. You do not want to fall 1-6, especially at home and coming off a bye week. I think Baltimore understands that. That is why Lamar Jackson is back this week. They have zero room for error. I think Baltimore wins this game big. I love them minus 6.5, and I absolutely love them straight up at home in this spot. Probably my best bet of the week. Next, you got the Cleveland Browns taking on the New England Patriots. Patriots are favored by 7 points here. They're at home. Boy, Drake May looks freaking unbelievable. He looks freaking awesome. Like the Patriots in this spot, but I'm going to take Cleveland plus the 7 because of the respect that I have for their defense. They just absolutely killed Tua last week. 3 interceptions. And listen, their defense, I have enough respect to get 7 points here for them. Next, you got the 49ers taking on the Texans. Texans are at home here. They're favored by 1.5. San Francisco still dealing with a ton of injuries. Brock Purdy's hurt. It's questionable if he'll play. Kittle is still banged up. He'll probably play. Ricky Pearsall's missed a couple weeks. It's just injury city all over the place with the San Francisco 49ers this entire season. Granted, the Texans have not looked good at all. I think this is a very, very even matchup. I think it can go either way, but I'm going to give the edge to Houston at home here. I don't love this pick, but I'm going to take this pick right now. Houston minus 1.5 and Houston straight up. Next, you got the Dolphins at 7.5 point underdogs here against the Atlanta Falcons. Tua doesn't have to deal with bad weather here. He's in a dome where arguably is probably when he plays his best football. So I'm going to pick the Dolphins to cover the 7.5-point spread, but I absolutely am taking the Atlanta Falcons to ultimately win this game. Atlanta's the better football team. The vibes in Miami seem like it's Operation Tank mode at this point, but I think the Dolphins could probably keep this one close because it is a dome game. Tua does play better in the dome, but ultimately, listen, Bijan Robinson, big game incoming. Penix, big game incoming. And listen, it's just why would you ever pick the Dolphins based on what you've seen? Next, you got the New York Giants taking on the Eagles. This game is in Philly. Philly is 7.5-point favorites against the Giants. Now, the Giants just beat the Eagles a couple weeks ago with Jackson Dart in New York. I don't think they beat them twice. So for that reason, I'm going to pick Philly here at home, but I'm going to give respect to the New York Giants because I love what I've been seeing lately from Jackson Dart. To keep this a close one, I like the Giants plus 7.5, but give me the Philadelphia Eagles straight up. Next, you got the Buccaneers against the New Orleans Saints. The Buccaneers losing Mike Evans. That is a huge blow for them. Freaking sucks, man. Prayers out to Mike Evans. But they're going against the Saints team that is absolutely terrible. I'm going to take the Bucs here. Even without Mike Evans, they are the better football team. I think they win this game pretty easily. I'm also going to lay the 4.5. Way too much respect for Baker Mayfield. 4 o'clock slate continues. You got the Titans taking on the Colts. Colts are at home here, laying a whopping 14.5-point spread, which is insane. I'm going to give the spread to the Titans. I'm going to say they cover 14.5. That's a big number for a division opponent, even though they do freaking suck. And I'm taking the Colts just to win straight up. Need I say more? Absolutely not. The Dallas Cowboys taking on the Broncos. This is going to be a good one here. I like the Cowboys plus the 3.5, but I'm going to take the Broncos straight up in Mile High in altitude against this Cowboys team. Listen, the Cowboys have CeeDee Lamb back. Ferguson is playing awesome. Pickens is playing awesome. And Dak Prescott is playing awesome. And so is their running back, Javonte Williams. I love this Dallas Cowboys offense. I think they put up points here. But ultimately, when it's said and done, I just trust the Denver Broncos at home and a Sean Payton coach team in this game. Dallas is a lot of people probably going to be on Dallas. So for that reason, I'm picking the Broncos. Next, Sunday Night Football, you got the Packers taking on the Steelers. The Steelers are at home. The Packers are the favorite by 3 points. I'm going to take the Packers, and I'm also going to lay the 3 points as well. I think the Packers are the better football team. I think Pittsburgh absolutely made a mistake dropping that game to Cincinnati last week, and I think that is going to come down to haunt them later on in the season. I trust the Packers here more than the Steelers. Primetime spot, Micah Parsons. Aaron Rodgers is going to be freaking out because Parsons is going to try to get him. I like the Packers here. Monday Night Football, you got the Commanders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 11.5. Boy, did they look good having all of their weapons back last week. I'm taking the Chiefs here, and I'm also going to lay the 11.5. Too many injuries as well for Washington. So I'm going to take the Chiefs in that front, and I think the Chiefs continue and go on a freaking crazy streak here midway because, I mean, they're the Kansas City Chiefs. Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce, Hollywood Brown. Like, the Chiefs are back, and I think they're going to make some noise for the next coming week. Those are my picks for week 8 of the NFL season. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.